This time, thousands of Iran's new sophisticated missiles came out of the deepest dark tunnel to wipe the map of Israel from the world. America did not wait another moment after seeing this incredible military power of Iran. Donald Trump's warship saved his life by escaping 1,400 kilometers straight. Of Washington, the multi-billion-dollar warship has now taken refuge at the far end of the Gulf of Aden to get out of range of Iran's missiles. On the one hand, the terrifying roar of Iran's missile city under the ground. On the other hand, the preparation of a new attack on the sea by Houthi fighters from Yemen. Israel and America are now a tradition, trapped in death trap. For the first time in the world's military history, America saw before their eyes how close death could be. Iran has finally unveiled its newest and perhaps most formidable underground missile base. At the height of the ongoing tension with the United States, the country is increasingly Islamic. The Revolutionary Guards revealed their secret base on Wednesday. This is no ordinary warehouse. It is an impenetrable fortress built underground and lined with thousands of ballistic and cruise missiles to threaten Israel's existence. The head of Iran's armed forces was present during the inauguration of this base, Abdur-Rahman Mossafi and Saeed Majed Mossafi, head of Revolutionary Guard Aerospace Division. Standing in this base, hidden in the deep darkness of the earth, they had the confidence of victory in their eyes as they placed their hands on the missiles. These two top military officers are the pinnacle of the Revolutionary Guard's missile capabilities and combat capabilities. He visited the preparation ground. Along with them, other high-ranking commanders of the IRGC were also briefed in detail about this huge stockpile of weapons. This scene shows that Iran does not care about threats or intimidation. They are now sitting with their finger on the trigger. The chief of the armed forces stood there hearing the speech given by Abdur-Rahman Mossafi. Tel Aviv's sleep became haram. He clearly stated that Iran's patience has broken. He warned, "We are ready for anything from the enemy." After the 12-day war with Israel in June last year, we completely changed our strategy. We are no longer in a defensive or defensive position. We now take a direct offensive position. General Mossafi's offensive words are the biggest fear for Israel. He further said, "We are now in a position based on which the method of conducting operations at a fast time and on a large scale following. At the same time, we are adopting a strategy of unequal warfare and crushing the enemy's military strategy. That is, Iran will no longer sit back and wait for a blow. Rather, they have the ability to pulverize enemy bases before they strike." America's reaction after seeing this terrible form of Iran was worth watching. For the past few days, the United States has caused the presence of warships and massive troops around Iran's territorial waters. But as soon as the news of Iran's missile base was discovered, the U.S. Navy retreated in fear. Iran-based news agency WANA confirmed a military intelligence source of the U.S. Navy, the Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group, has been moved to waters off southern Yemen. Analysis of the map shows that this huge American fleet is now deployed near the Gulf of Aden, east of Socotra Island in Yemen. Notice the distance. The fleet is now in Iran's southeastern port of Chabahar, located approximately 1,400 kilometers from. Earlier, U.S. ships were very close to Iran, but after realizing the range and destructiveness of Iran's new missiles, they moved to a safe distance. America, that shows the power of Iran's navy around the world today, is 1,400 in fear of Iran in America, 1,400 kilometers away, and took shelter. It's not just retreat. This is a kind of psychological defeat of America to Iran's military capabilities. News of the warship's shift came as Iranian officials issued dire warnings of increased U.S. military activity in the region. The Pentagon may be big on the face, talking big,
But in
the whole of
reality,
Oman
they are
has
moving
been
as far
surrounded by
away
a
from
blanket of
Iran's coastal
security.
waters as possible.
Checkposts and
U.S.
officials are
authorities
present
shyly
at
did not
places.
give any
Today's
official
discussion
information on
of the
this matter.
formal face-to-face
However,
will give a
satellite
clear
tracking and
indication of
intelligence
what is
caught
going
the
to
enemy
happen in the
red-handed
next
after
2
this
to 3
escape.
days.
Meanwhile,
If the
Iran's
negotiation is
supreme leader,
somewhat successful
Ayatollah
in the
Ali
first
Khamenei,
step, then the
delivered the
time may be
final
fixed
message
for the
to
second
Washington
phase of
in his
discussion.
characteristically
And if
stern
talks
voice.
fail,
He has made
military
it clear
experts
that
say
if the U.S. makes
could
a
launch
mistake
a
this
maximum
time,
response
its impact
within
will not be
24 to
confined
48
to any
hours.
border.
They can
Instead,
explain what
it will
our
start
military
a
position
terrible
is.
regional war
However,
across
China's
the Middle
position
East.
in this
And in
regard
that
is
war,
very important.
America and
As
Israel's
you are probably
interests will
aware,
be completely
yesterday,
burnt to
February
ashes.
5th, the New
While
START
America
treaty
retreats
on
to a
nuclear
corner of the
arms
ocean
control
in
between
fear,
the United
another
States
danger
and
awaits
Russia
them in the
in
Red Sea.
2010
Yemen's
expired.
fearless Houthi
Officially,
fighters,
the United
who are another
States
name
and
for
Russia
terror in
are no
Israel
longer
and
bound by
America,
rules.
are making major
They can make
preparations.
as many nuclear
Israeli
bombs
media
as they
reported
want,
with
can
great
keep
concern
ready to fire.
Yemen's
In
Houthi
this
armed
very
group has
important
moved its
context,
secret
yesterday
caches of
Donald
missiles
Trump
and
had a
drones
video call
in final
with Mr.
preparations
Putin,
for a
and then
possible
he had a
attack
long
on
talk
U.S.
with
ships.
Xi Jinping.
It said,
The proposal
the meaning
is
of
that
this
we will
move
not
by the
make
Houthis
new
is
atomic
very
bombs
clear.
as much
They
as
are
we have
moving
made
their
and
arsenals
ready
to
to
places
keep a
where they are
certain limit
safely
on
and
fire
perfectly
and observe
U.S.
each other.
and Israeli ships
Russia
can
has
hit.
agreed to this
According to
proposal of the
reports from
United
Israeli
States.
intelligence,
The same
the
was
little
discussed
calm that
with
has been
China.
maintained in the
However,
region
China
since last
rejected
May
this
after
proposal
this
of the
movement
United
of the Houthis
States.
is
The
now on the
screen is
verge
sure
of
to focus
complete
on this
collapse.
very
A
important
secret
matter.
source from a
Iran's
local
Mehr
group
News
fighting the
Agency
Houthis
has
alerted
published
the
a full
U.S.
report
administration
on the
to the Red
significance
Sea,
of
and
China's
the Houthis
statement
are
when
effectively
so-called
preparing to
allies
launch
like Russia
another
are
deadly
pissing off
attack on
Iran
U.S.
by agreeing
ships
to the
in the
U.S.
Arabian
proposal
Sea.
to hand
While
over
Iran fires
405
missiles
kg
from
of
underground,
enriched uranium
the Houthis are
inside
creating
Iran
a
to
death
Russia.
knell for America
This
by
achievement
sea.
of Iran
In
is a
preparation
symbol
for
of
a
their
possible
national
attack
pride.
on Iran, the
Making
U.S.
very
has an
baseless
aircraft
claims,
carrier
they
in the
have
Arabian
refined
Sea.
uranium in
This
their own
information
capacity.
came to light
It will
only
remain
after the
in their
decision
country.
was taken
If
to deploy
necessary,
warships
as a member of
and
the
additional
Security
warships.
Council, we
In
will
other
check
words,
and balance
if
whether
America
the
takes
amount
one
and
step
location
towards
are
Iran,
correct, or
Houthi
whether Iran
drones from
provides
Yemen
it,
will hit
whether
the U.S.
realizing
ships
some
like
kind of
rain.
lofty
Even
ambition to
after
build
moving
nuclear weapons.
1,400
We will
kilometers
do
from
maximum
Iran,
monitoring,
America
check
does
and
not
balance,
feel safe
but we
anymore.
will not bring their
This
proud
battlefield
uranium
is
to our
another
country
drama
so
going
that they
on the
become
diplomatic
dependent on their
table in
energy
Bartmaka.
security in the
U.S.
future.
President Donald
Iran's
Trump has
nuclear
made some
program
comments
is
to Iran's
unprecedentedly
supreme
large.
leader that
China has
actually
given a
revealed his
statement
frustration
with
and
support.
nervousness.
At the same
the
time,
representatives
Iran's
of the two
deputy
countries
foreign
will meet
minister
in
visited
Muscat,
China
the
on an
capital of
urgent
Oman,
basis,
on
and
Friday,
you can see that
February
Mehr
6th.
News
There is
Agency
talk.
has seriously
However, there was
published this
great
news.
uncertainty
What
about
is the
this meeting
determination
until
of
Wednesday.
Iran's war
That's
against
when
the
Trump
U.S.
spoke
and
in a
Iran will
threatening
end up
tone,
in this
which
war?
is basically the
China has been
manifestation
given
of
a
his
clear
weakness.
message of
When
how
an
much it
NBC
wants to
reporter
fight.
asked Trump about the
Ayatollah
meeting,
Khamenei
Trump
and his
said,
country's
"I would say
president have
Khamenei
delivered
should
this
be
message
worried.
directly
Yes,
to the
he should
president
be
of
worried.
China.
But you know,
If
they are
necessary,
discussing with
Iran
us.
wants to
There
fight
is
back
clearly
against
a
the
kind of
U.S. with all
instability
its
at
might.
work in
They
Trump's
wanted
words.
China's
He
full
mouths
cooperation
that
for
Khamenei
this.
should be worried.
After such a
But the
strong
reality
message from
is that
Iran
he
to
is
China,
fleeing in
the
fear of
position of
Iran in
China
his own
centered
ship.
Iran has
Trump
become
wants
stronger.
Iran to negotiate
China
at
has
any
strongly
cost.
supported Iran's
Is on the
right
table
to continue
because
its
in the
nuclear
event
program.
of a military
The
conflict,
matter is not
the
limited
amount of
here.
American
China
losses will be unimaginable.
China has announced
After
that
many
it will
dramas,
continue to
in the
cooperate
end, however,
with all
the
kinds
United
of
States
cooperation
and
on the
Iran
nuclear
agreed
issue.
to sit down
Even
for
if
talks.
Russia does not
Iran's
continue to
foreign
supply
minister
uranium
Abbas
to Iran,
Araghchi
or if Russia
confirmed the
withdraws
meeting
its
yesterday.
scientists
He
from
said
the only
Friday
nuclear
morning,
power
local
plant,
time,
the
of
operation
Muscat.
of the plant
The meeting
and
will
the
be
uranium
held at
backup
10
that is
a.m.
available,
But even
China
at the
will also
negotiating
provide.
table, Iran
Directly
has shown
announced
how
this.
strong its
Technically,
backbone
military
is. The
experts
U.S.
say
wanted
that
the
China's
talks to
announcement
include
is
Iran's
tantamount
nuclear
to China
program,
giving away
as well
nuclear
as its
technology
ballistic
or
missile
nuclear
program
bombs
and
to
support
Iran,
for proxy
because
forces
China
in the Middle
usually
East.
does not sell
But
or supply
Tehran directly
uranium to
shut the
anyone.
door on Washington's
Friends,
face.
great. You
Iran
must
has
write
made it
in the
clear
comment
it will
box
not
what you
utter
personally
another
think
word
about this
outside of its
important
nuclear
topic.
program.
So friends,
There will be no
goodbye
discussion
today.
of its
See you
missiles
again
or
with a new
regional
video.
allies.
Till then,
According to
everyone stay
NBC's
well,
report,
stay healthy,
the United
and like,
States
share,
wanted
and
to
subscribe.
withdraw from the talks
Thanks for
because of
watching.
Iran's stubborn position. A source said the Trump administration had sent a message to Iran that they would have to negotiate on U.S. terms. Otherwise, there will be no discussion. Iran then countered that they would not participate in the talks if there were conditions. In the end, America's pride was crushed, and they negotiated in Muscat on Iran's terms.